Kitang-kita ko sa iyong mga mata ang lungkot na dinadala. Sinasaktan ka ba niya? Kailan ka ba ganyan? Titiisin mo na lang ba ang sakit na dinadala? Kakayanin mo pa ba? Aminin mo na kasi makikinig lang talaga ako. Di naman sa nakikialam. Gusto ko lang maintindihan. Medyo nasasaktan na din ako. Kung lagi kang ganyan, di naman sa nakikialam. Makikinig lang talaga ako. Huwag kang magkunwari, please. Yan ka na naman, ilang ulit na ba ito? Pero sige lang, matitiis ko pa naman. Pero teka lang, tayo na lang kaya. Ano sa palagay mo? Bagay naman tayo. Aminin mo na kasi makikinig lang talaga ako. Di naman sa nakikialam. Gusto ko lang maintindihan. Medyo nasasaktan na din ako. Kung lagi kang ganyan, di naman sa nakikialam. Makikinig lang talaga ako. Huwag kang magkunwari, please. Aminin mo na kasi makikinig lang talaga ako. Di naman sa nakikialam. Gusto ko lang maintindihan. Medyo nasasaktan na din ako. Kung lagi kang ganyan, di naman sa nakikialam. Makikinig lang talaga ako. Huwag kang magkunwari, please. journeys, and I'll look you in the eye. Baby, I love you. Yeah. I'm folding, I'm losing this fight. Just hold me and kiss me goodnight. I'm sorry, but I just can't stay. Oh, I'm leaving the moment away. We seem to be chasing time. It slips no matter what we try, no matter what, no matter what. We've come to our journeys, and I'll look you in the eyes. Baby, I love you. Oh, baby, baby, yes, I love you. We seem to be chasing time. It slips no matter what we try, no matter what, no matter what. We've come to our journeys, and I'll look you in the eyes. Baby, I love you. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Tama na yan, di ko na yata kayang malunod sa'yo. Kababawan, lagi na lang sa bawat oras na lumipas. Meron akong kamalasan, daang-daang sugat, nagsilbing balat. Face all the demons of this age. Believe that everything is gonna be better. Soon the stars will guide my way, and I will be fine. So
Tila ngiting masaya napabalot na kaliliman buong katawan. Mistulang impernong humihinga, nakatago sa ating isipan. Payasong tinulak, gawing tubig ang alam. It loses my on my face. All the demons of this age, believing everything is gonna be better. Soon the stars will guide my way, and I will be fine someday. All these things I feel inside distorts my mind. Para bang di ka na makahinga. Buhay ka pa, sinusunog ka na in vain. It's driving me insane. All these crippling thoughts have come undone. You see this face, you're someone save me. I'll show it in your face. All the demons of this age, living everything is gonna be better. Soon the stars will guide my way, and I will find some face. All the demons of my age, living everything will be better. Soon the stars will guide my way, and I will be fine someday.
Hi, I'm Karen Shai, and I'd like to introduce you guys to this magnificent archipelago. If you've heard of this place, you've probably seen a lot of photos featuring gorgeous beaches, magnificent reefs, and a multitude of sea animals. It's no wonder this place is called the center of marine biodiversity. Since 2004, studies have proven the Philippines to be the global center of marine biodiversity, boasting the highest concentration of species per unit area in the Coral Triangle region. That's where most of the world's marine creatures love to hang out, and we in the Philippines are lucky enough to be living in the center of it all. 19 species of seagrass, 500 species of coral, 3,000 species of fish, 6,000 species of mollusks, and many more make their homes in these beautiful waters. And that's just one of the things that makes the Philippines amazing.
Anak, anong gusto mong juice? Ang gusto ko, veggie juice kasi...
Basta't nandyan ka, may pag-asa, dahan-dahan sa...
Kailangan nating talunin tong pandemic na to.
Kailangan lumaban kailangan may gawin.
I'm not going to be part of that 40% that will not survive, and that's it.
Muling susulong, pwede bang mangarap?
There's still a drop of life, then I'm gonna hold on to that and I'm gonna keep it alive.
Even just buying one mask na 35 pesos, it's like we dance for joy.
Kung nag-umpisa ka na, sana may bumili ng tinda ko, parang back to basic ako.
Doon mo ma-feel na, okay, may pag-asa pala.
For the sake of the Filipinos, we just have to give it a fight, di ba?
Pwede bang mangarap?
Turn down the lights, turn down the bed, turn down these voices inside my head. Lay down with me, tell me no lies, just hold me close, don't patronize, don't patronize me, 'cause I can't make you love me if you don't. You can't make your heart feel something it won't. Here in the dark, this final hour, I will lay down my heart, and I'll feel the power that you don't know you won't. 'Cause I can't make you love me if you don't. I close my eyes, then I won't see the love you don't feel when you're holding me. Morning will come, and I'll do what's right. Just give me till then to give up this fight, and I will give up this fight. 'cause I can't make you love me if you don't. You can't make your heart feel something it won't. Here in the dark, in these final hours, I will lay down my heart and I'll feel the power, but you don't. No, you won't, 'cause I can't make you love me if you don't.
Yan. Guys, okay. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Pilipinas at dito ay alas 6 ng gabi dito. At nice to see you, Pretty Roselle, at magaling na si Roselle, at nakasama na natin ngayon. At bago ang lahat ay binabati po muna natin ang ating mga taga-panood At bumabati po tayo ng maligayang gabi ngayon, ano? At lalo na at binabati ko po ang aking kaibigan nasa Samar, mga kaibigan ko sa Samar, lalo na po kay Kuya Carlos Palacio. At ito po ngayon ay nanonood sila. Ito po ay at mga taga-Samar po ito, taga-Katbalogan. At ang Samar Group, no? At ang For the Boys ay nanonood ngayon sa ating programang Discover and Explore. At okay, at bago ang lahat, ano, bago tayo magsimula ay batiin muna natin si Roselle at si Miss Kim Zaza and Direk Erwena Argelies. At of course, babati po muna tayo bago magsimula ng ating programa at ay pagbigyan muna natin ang pagbati. Okay, go ahead. Simulan natin kay Kim Daza. Okay, Kim Daza, bati muna.
Good evening po, Direk Dwin. Ma'am Roselle, welcome back po. And syempre po kay Direk Erwena. At napakagandang gabi po sa ating mga kadiwa. Isa na naman pong napakagandang talakayan at siguradong kapupulutan ng aral, impormasyon. At huwag po kayo aalis dahil marami po tayong matututunan dito. And don't forget to like and share a live tonight. Again, Kim Daza po, the Discover and Explore segment co-host. At happy birthday nga po pala kay Boss Ben, Sir Veric Cortez. Naku, napakasarap po ng mga pagkain po sa resto bar po na yan, lalo na po yung pansit bilao. Thank you po.
Wow, sana makatikim tayo, Kim? Okay, at bago natin, andito po muli ang ating batikang direktor na si Direk Erwena Argelies. Go ahead,
Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat dyan. At eto na naman, mayroon na naman tayo isang oras ng mainit na pag-uusapan. To all my friends there who are watching, I'm sure yesterday you all watched. And don't worry, we're not speaking English, so you will not have any problem about understanding it. So stay with us.
Yeah, of course. Ang ating co-host sa UK London ay mula pa ito sa UK, mga kadiwa, no other than Miss Roselle Hanupol. Go ahead, Miss Roselle.
Good evening, Philippines. Good evening, kadiwang Direk Dwin, Direk Erwena, and of course, kay Pretty Kim, and dito naman sa Europe at saka sa UK. Good day sa ating lahat. And syempre, hindi din natin kalimutan ang ating mga kadiwa, mga kapatid dyan sa Middle East. Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat, mga kadiwa. Warm welcome po sa inyong lahat again sa ating fresh and newly improved program, ang Discover and Explore Dubai Edition sa Edge TV Philippines. So, mga kadiwa, kumusta po kayo? Today, we will be discovering the famous Filipino scientists, with their remarkable inventions and mga tatak Pinoy na discoveries that may surprise and even inspire us. Kaya, please watch and share our program, and please feel free to join our discussions.
Yes, yun po si Miss Roselle Hanupol, mula po yan sa UK, London. And of course, nagpapasalamat ako, Miss Roselle, kay Direk Erwena, at tuwang-tuwa ang bunso ko nung makuha ko yung Siamese cat ni Direk Erwena sa kanilang bahay. Tuwang-tuwa ang bunso ko.
Ang cute nga, oo.
Oo, ang cute nga eh. At maraming salamat po, Direk Erwena, sa inyong Siamese kittens na ibinigay sa amin.
No.
Yeah, okay.
Basta maligaya yung
Yes, at maganda itong talakayan ngayon, Miss Roselle, dahil dito ay inuulit natin ito at sa mga naunang programa natin, dahil dito ay makikilala natin ang mga kilalang inventor na Pilipino. At ito ay nag-contribute hindi lang sa Pilipinas, kundi sa buong bansa. Ay kung hindi dahil sa kanila ay hindi ito lalaki o ang kanilang mga invention ay hindi makikilala sa bawat panig ng mundo. Kaya very proud tayo na may mga ganong Pilipino sa ating bansa. Lalo na at ang mga inventor na ito ay talagang Pilipino. Marami ito, at tatalakayin natin. Pero ang nagustuhan ko dito ay itong mga invention na tatalakayin natin ngayon, itong 6 na mga inventor na Pilipino. At ito ay talagang nakilala sa buong mundo, at hindi lang sa buong mundo, kundi maganda ang pagkakabigay nila ng invention nila, at nagagamit ito halos lahat ng mga tao. So, guys, Unahin natin kung sino-sino itong mga inventor. Unahin natin ito si Diosdado Banatao. Sino ba talaga si Diosdado Banatao? Okay, siya po ay pinanganak noong May 26, 1946, sa isang maliit na baryo sa Malabak, sa isang town ng Igig, Cagayan, Philippines. At siguro, Miss Roselle, di ba taga roon ka sa Cagayan, Cagayan ang lugar mo. So, parang kababayan nito, galing ito dun sa Mindanao, sa Cagayan.
Sa Mindanao, opo.
Ito siya isang entrepreneur, at the same time, he's an engineer working in a high-tech industry. Credited with having developed the first 10 Mbit Ethernet CMOS with silicon coupler data link control and transceiver chip. The first system logic chipset for IBM's PC XT and PC 80. So ito Miss Roselle, siya ang nakadiscover nito, biro mo isang Pilipino pala ang nakadiscover ng microchip na ito. At ito ay nagamit halos sa buong mundo. So dugtugan natin Miss Kim. Kim, ano ba yung alam mo tungkol kay Diosdado Banatao sa ating Pilipino bago mamaya i-elaborate ni Miss Roselle at dadagdagan ito ni Direk Erwena. So bago tayo sa panimulang pag-uusap natin tungkol dito kay Diosdado Banatao, ay dagdagan natin Miss Kim, at lalo na at mayroon kang pag-aaral dito, pagsusuri kung sino talaga si Diosdado Banatao. Okay, go ahead Kim. Kung anong nalalaman mo tungkol dito kay Diosdado Banatao.
Yes po, Direk. Si Diosdado Banatao daw po, or Dado Banatao, is a Filipino inventor, technology innovator, and venture capitalist from a small town from Malabak in Iguig, Cagayan Valley, Philippines. Dado is known for his rags to riches history. He used to walk barefooted along with the dirt road of his hometown, just reach his primary school. And then, he used to walk barefooted. Wow, grabe po pala, mahirap po pala siya dati po. Tapos, he finished his high school at the Jesuit Ron Ateneo de Tuguegarao and finished his Bachelor of Science of Electric Engineering from Mapua Institute of Engineering and graduated cum laude. Matalino rin po pala ito si Diosdado, and he turned out many job offers daw po from various prestigious company. Instead, he joined Philippine Airlines as a trainee pilot and later was piloted by Boeing. He worked as a designer engineer for the company's new commercial airline, Boeing 747 in the USA. And while he's in the United States, he took this opportunity to take up his Master of Science in Electrical Engineering and Computer Science at Stanford University. Yun po yung mga facts po tungkol kay Diosdado.
Yes, at hindi pala ito sa Cagayan de Oro, sorry. At hindi ito sa Cagayan Valley, sa Iguig, sa Cagayan, Philippines. So doon pala ito pinanganak si Diosdado Banatao. Okay, at bukod doon, Direk Erwena, ano bang alam mo dito kay Diosdado Banatao, Direk Erwena?
Siya nga ang nag-invento ng ng first personal computer, Ang personal computer sa is PC. A multi-purpose computer whose size, capabilities, and price makes it feasible for individual use. Personal computers are intended to be operated directly by an end user rather than a computer expert or technician. So pinagaan niya yung buhay natin sa bahay, Siya ang nagbigay sa atin na pwede tayong mag-computer sa ating bahay. So, at saka siya ay naging board member of Trump Semiconductor, MP Corporation, Alpion Corporation, Sirp Technology Inc., Kinte Corporation, Willow City Limited, Integrated Microelectronics. as board
So
member.
ayan maraming si Justado Banataw. And for additional information, ito yung si Banataw ay sumama sumama ito sa homebrew homebrew computer club na kung saan ay nakasama niya si Steve Jobs at saka si Steve Wozniak. Okay, at Miss Roselle, ano pa ba yung karagdagan natin na kalaman tungkol dito kay Justado Banataw? Miss Roselle, go ahead.
Yes, this the famous scientist, inventor dyan sa Pilipinas. Hindi lang inventor, kundi naging businessman po siya. So Banataw is known for his rags to riches story, as what Kim said. So he started to even walk barefoot until he finished, even turned down a lot of work offers. So after finishing his master's degree, nag-work si Banataw with a different technology companies such as National Semiconductor, Intercell, and Commodore International, na kung saan nag-design siya ng first single chip. So that was a 16-bit microprocessor-based calculator. Then after that, yung 1981, nag-develop naman siya ng pinakaunang 10 Mbit Ethernet with silicon copper data link control and transceiver chip while working with the SiC technology. So he was also credited for the first logic chip. So yung tinatawag mo kanina, Direk Dwin, na IBM PCXT and the PC80. So ito yung mga tinatawag nitong drive, microprocessor ng ating mga computer. So when it comes naman sa career niya, when he started his business in 1984, kasi nga ang dami niyang nagawang mga tinatawag nito mga designs or yung mga accreditations niya. So in 1984, Mr. Banataw and his business partner, si Francis Suy, nag-found sila ng high technology company na tinatawag na Mostron. So they started $500,000 capital after that. And then they launched and manufacture motherboards. So it's all related to computers. So they also hired Ronyara of Intel as a company executive. So this story of their company evolved afterwards he developed a 5-chip set na kung saan ang ginagamit itong chips and technologies noong 1985. So after that naman, yung company niya nag-develop ulit ng system logic chip. So around po ng tinatawag nitong 12 million yung company niya nag-earn po within 4 months. So ganyan po kabilis ang evolution ng company na pinag-startup niya together with his business partner, Francis Chu. So later on, after that, binenta niya yung kanyang company na worth $30 million. So ganyan, umabot po. So after that, noong 1986, ito namang company, kasi nga si Mr. Banataw, ang dami niyang startup companies that he himself is the chairman and president on it. And ito yung isang company na talagang nag-boom siya yung 1986. Yung binenta niya ang chips and technologies sa Intel worth $300 million. So napakalaking pera po ito, no. So in 2000, he decided to use his money, use his own venture capital called Tailwood Venture Capital, and he used, of course, his own money na pagbenta ng kumpanya niya, $300. And yun nag-start po yung pag-boom ng kanyang business. Kasi nga, nag-sell naman siya ng other company na isang $1 billion. Naku po, talagang rags to riches ang story ni Mr. Banataw, Justado Banataw, or Dado Banataw.
Kaya nga ito, Miss Roselle, after finishing his master degree, itong si Banataw, he worked with a different technology company, actually.
Yeah.
Napasok ito sa National Semiconductor, Intercell, and Commodore International, where he designed the first single chip, 16-bit microprocessor best calculator. So napakagaling talaga ito ni Banataw. Talaga ito, bibilib tayo. Isang Pilipino at ang laki ng contribution niya sa buong mundo. At talagang hanga tayo, saludo tayo dito kay Mr. Banataw. Biro mo, Direk Erwena, no? Kim and Miss Roselle, isang Pilipino na bukod tangi na nag-excel, no? Sa US at talagang ang ideya niya at ang itong mga na-invento niya ay talagang nagamit ito, no? Ito dito nag-start yung paggamit ng mga sa IBM at salin na ito. Kaya talagang kung may tuturing natin isa sa mga talagang kilalang inventor sa ating bansa. Walang iba kundi si Estado P. Banataw. Okay, guys, tungo tayo sa isang sa pangalawa nating inventor ay ito si Alexis Belonio, no? Ipinanganak ito noong January 1, 1960. He's a professor, engineer, scientist, innovator, and inventor from the Philippines. He was the first Filipino to receive the Rolex Award for Enterprise in 2008 for his invention of a low-cost and environment-friendly rice husk stove. So ito ay rice husk stove. So ano ba yung rice husk stove para may paliwanag natin sa ating mga kadiwa at ating mga taga-subaybay ngayon. At okay, Direk Erwena, may ideya ka ba kung ano itong rice husk stove? Alam mo ba ito kung ano ito, anong klase ito?
I think siguro ito yung nilalagay nila, yung yung pinaggapasan ng palay.
Itong naimbento ni Alexis Belonio, actually it started from 2003 at a time when there were high fuel prices, kaya naimbento niya ito. So as an expert, he had already designed 30 devices such as paddy dryers, and water pumps, which can be used by low-income Filipino farmers. So Belonio concentrated on innovating the rice husk oven, even though the concept was not a new one. So parang nag-modify siya, minodify niya itong so nakikita niyo sa nandiyan sa photo, yan ang invention ni Belonio. So any other details, Miss Kim, kung anong klase itong rice husk oven or ano itong invento niya para malaman ng ating mga kadiwa at ating mga tagapakinig? Okay, Miss Kim, go ahead.
Yes po, Direk. Actually po, noong una pong nilabas po yung oven po na ito, it cost $100 or around 5,000 peso po sa peso natin each. But due to further development daw po and research, he was able to lower the price to $25 or nasa around 1,250 peso po each. The only expected expense for user of the oven would be 20 cents per day for running the built-in fan inside the stove. The invention is currently being produced by companies in the Philippines, Indonesia, and Cambodia, all cooperating with Belonio's work. According daw po kay Belonio, his stove would be able to save a family of rice farmer with $150 per year in fuel expenses. And he also added po is that a ton of rice husk contains energy equal to 415 liters of petroleum or 378 liters of kerosene. Belonio's stove lessens toxic fumes and smoke that affect the environment and reduces greenhouse gases. The burnt remnants of the rice husk can be later be used as soil fertilizer or in making small blocks of coal substitute. Well, yung stove po, yung oven stove po pala na ito is nakakatulong din siya sa kalikasan natin. Mag-reduce po ng mga pollution.
Yes, of course, because it is greenhouse gases, At nakakatulong ito. At ito, this is equal to 415 liters of petroleum or 378 liters of kerosene. So just for imagine ang tipid, At ano pa ba yung Miss Roselle, ano pa ba yung additional dito na ni Belonio? ni Alexis T. Bilonio, Miss Roselle.
Yes, si Engineer Alexis Belunio nyo, ginagamit niya dito yung instead of fuel, nagamit siya ng alternative na rice husk. So alam naman natin mga kadiwa na yung rice husk po is among the most common bio-waste in Asian countries, especially dyan sa atin sa Pilipinas. So disposal of rice husk is very challenging. Oftentimes, these are just left on the roadsides, discarded in the riverways, or are burned. So all of these methods cause pollution that harms to the environment. Since nga professor ito si Engineer Alexis Belonio, so he put waste such as a rice husk into a practical usage through his invention na tinatawag nating the rice husk gasifier stove. So let's describe kung ano tong tinatawag niyang rice husk stove. So ito pala isang small cylinder na equipped with its own fan with its base. So it's provide air during the conversion of rice husk into a gas. So it was designed as an apparatus that can be easily operated sa ating lahat. So example po niyan, yung fish. Ma-fried po ang fish within 15 minutes just using this stove powered by a rice husk. So itong stove na to, makakonsume niya siya ng 2 kilogram of rice husk per hour. And on top of that, nagbibenta din si si engineer ng mga rice husk sa mga taong limited po ang mga tawag nitong limited na makakuha ng mga rice husk. So it does not produce any smoke after all, as what Kim said. And it burned rice husk can be still used as a coal and as insulating cement of traditional stoves fuel by our wood. So it is very interesting what he's made. So he's really dedicated to help more people through his technology. So si Engineer Belonio po ay nag-share po siya ng design sa kanyang technology for free, and it's now being fabricated by small manufacturers in the Philippines. So until now, today, available pa po yung yung invention niya. Tinatawag po nito is BioLexis. Okay, guys, kung
ganyan kagaling, no, ang ating mga Filipino inventors. So bago tayo dumako sa ating pangatlong inventor, Miss Roselle at Direk Erwena, atin po munang batiin, pagbigyan na muna nating bati, itong mga nandito na nanonood at patuloy na umaantabay sa atin, at sa simulan natin dito kay Athena Garcia. Sabi niya, congrats Kim, sobrang galing mo Kim, sabi niya dito, at si Josier Israel Lipata, sabi niya good evening sa inyong lahat. At si Arnold Diagas ay good evening po, sabi niya stay safe always, congrats po Kim. Pa-shoutout din po, at sabi si Marie Diggs naman ay good evening everyone, shoutout to Marjorie Carmen of Gordon Heights, Olongapo City. At si Ernest Rutherford Imtinga, hindi ko maintindihan yung mga sinasabi dito. Okay, let's go to Alma Mercado. Hi Kim, sabi niya pa-shoutout Miss Kim. At okay, at dami, congrats Kim, sobrang galing mo Kim, champion ka sa first online modeling ng GMPDS, lodi ka talaga girl, always here kami nakasupport. Okay, ganyan talaga kagaling ang ating si Miss Kim, at we're very proud na talagang ang galing ng batang ito. Okay, sabi naman ni Malo Ablog, hello Kim and everyone watching here at Olongapo City. Okay. Athena Garcia. Okay. Tapos na, si Evangeline Dazatinga, sabi niya, good evening everyone watching from Olongapo. Congratulations Kim for winning the first ever GMPD's online ramp modeling. This is another small step towards that big leap you have dreamed of. Remember to always keep your feet grounded as well as your humble beginning. We will always love you and support you all the way. Thanks, sabi ni Evangeline Tasatinga. Mami Atatul Kim. And also, Himanshu Kumar Prasad. It's really nice to see you live, Erwena. Well done. All the best there, sabi ni Himanshu Kumar. Okay.
Yeah,
thank you. Sabi ni Direk Erwena. Alan Mercado, hello Kim, pretty naman. Ernest Rutherford, andito si Pat Entiravel. Pa-shout out, BB Kim, please greet Marjorie Clemin. Happy birthday, sabi ni Pat. Si Marina Coral naman, sabi niya, hello Kim from Eclio and Ponyo family. Magandang gabi po, Direk, at sa inyong lahat, sabi ni Marina Coral. Si LPM Lee, hi Kim, shout out ba? Daming fans talaga ni Kim, ano? At sabi ni Cynthia Mostrado dito, maayong gabi sa inyong tanan. We're enjoying watching here in Lapu-Lapu, Cebu City. Amping kitang tanan. Oo, amping ta kay dapay COVID, ano? Okay, another one from Marina Coral. Hello, Kim. Lagi kami nakasubaybay sa inyo. At si Tulo po, Florentino Mostrado. Sabi niya, Liza Iscora Asiho. Sabi niya, hi Kim, thank you sa extra knowledge na sinishare niyo lagi. Okay, Marie Diggs, God bless, Direk Dwinward. Thank you. Direk Erwena, Miss Roselle, and BB Kim. Stay safe always, sabi ni Marie Diggs.
Thank you.
Okay, dito naman kay kapatid na Ford Tabunaway. Salam, it's TV watching from Cotabato City. Mga kuya, ates, hi kuya. And si Kaliyo naman, sabi niya, mabuhay. Ang Channel 31, sabi niya. Okay, si Marie Diggs, okay, andito si Evangeline Dalzatinga. Congratulations for everyone. Concert effort coming up with this educational and informative show. Keep up the good work. God bless, sabi ni Mrs. Evangeline Tinga. Thank you. And last but not the least, Marina Coral, congrats Kim, Apo, galing-galing mo at lagi kami nakasuporta sa iyo. Love you. Okay, lola pala ito ni Coral. At okay, may pahabol, no? Si Elena Eclio Ponyo, looking from Eclio and Ponyo family. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for the greetings, and this is a very interactive program or show. At lahat ay talagang pinapanood tayo, no? At sinusubmit yan. And hopefully, ay mag-ano kayo, no? Mag-PM lang kayo sa amin kung ano ang hindi nyo naintindihan at pwede nating iulitin at ipaliwanag ng maigi at para maintindihan nyo. So, okay guys, tapos na tayo sa tungo naman tayo kay sa ating pangatlong inventor na talagang kumbaga sa very proud tayo, no? At talagang galing ng mga ito. Tulad na lang nito ni Mrs. Fee Del Mundo. At biruin nyo at itong na-invento nila ay galing sa Bago. At merong galing sa no? Okay, Fee Villanueva Del Mundo, ipinanganak ito noong November 27, 1911. 1911 po ito, tama ba? He was a Filipino pediatrician, the founder of first pediatric hospital in the Philippines. His pioneering work in pediatrics in the Philippines, while in active medical practice, spanned 8 decades. She gained international recognition, including the Ramon Magsaysay Award for Public Service in 1977. In 1980, she was conferred the rank and the title of National Scientist of the Philippines. In 2010, she was conferred the Order of Lakandula. She was the first female president of the Philippine Pediatric Society and the first woman to be named National Scientist of the Philippines in 1980. She was also the founder of the first president of the Philippine Pediatric Society, the first ASEAN to be elected president of the Philippine Medical Association in its 65 years existence, and the first ASEAN to be voted president of the Medical Women's International Association. So, yung pong pa-proud ni Fidel Mundo, yung ito pong ating Pilipina inventor ay siya po pinagmulan ng pagka-invento ng incubator. Nung first niya, develop niya is kawayan. Pero mo, kawayan yung ginawa niyang invention nung una. Galing sa kawayan yung incubator. So, ngayon, pagbigyan natin Direk Erwena, paano ba ito si Fidel Mundo? Paano ba niya itong na-invento itong kawayan na incubator? Paano nagsimula at paano niya na-invento ang kawayan na ito na incubator? Direk Erwena.
Del Mundo was noted for her pioneering work on infectious disease in the Philippine communities, and undeterred by the lack of well-equipped laboratories in post-war Philippines, she unhesitatingly, unhesitatingly, unhesitatingly sent specimens of blood samples for analysis abroad. In the 1950s, she pursued studies on dengue fever, a common malady in the Philippines of which little was known at the time. Her clinical observation on dengue and the findings of research she later undertook on the disease are said to have led to a fuller understanding of dengue fever as it afflicts the young. She authored over 100 articles, review, and reports in medical journals on such disease on dengue, polio, and measles. She also authored textbook of pediatrics, a fundamental medical text used in Philippine medical school. Del Mundo was active in the field of public health with special concern towards rural communities. She organized rural extension teams to advise mothers on breastfeeding and child care, and promoted the idea of linking hospital to the community through the public immersion of physicians and other medical personnel to allow for greater coordination among health workers and public for common health programs such as immunization and nutrition.
So, Direk Erwena, at bago tayo kung bakit na-invento niya ito, makikita niyo ngayon dito sa picture natin kung paano ginawa yung first bamboo incubator. So, yan po ay makikita niyo po dyan sa picture natin na siya po ang kauna-unahang Pilipina na nakapag-invento ng incubator. So, yan po at pinapakita dito sa ating it was designed, the prize-winning low-cost incubator made of bamboo. It is cheap and easy to make since bamboo is found in the Philippines. So, ginagawa ito, maraming bamboo tayo sa Pilipinas, kaya ito ang na-invento ni Fidel Mondo. So, Miss Kim, ano ba ang alam mo tungkol kay Fidel Mondo? Ano ba si para malaman ng ating mga kadiwa, ating mga nanonood kung sino si Fidel Mondo. Okay, Miss Kim, go ahead.
Yes po, Direk. Mayroon lang po kayo dadagdag para po mas maintindihan po na ating mga kadiwa. Ano nga po ba ang incubator? Well, marami na rin po siguro nakakaalam kung ano po ito at kung anong gamit. Ito po ay isang apparatus or device used to maintain environmental conditions suitable for newborn babies. It is used in preterm baby or for some full-term babies. The incubator maintains optimal temperature, humidity, and other conditions such as the CO2 and oxygen content of the atmosphere inside. Si Fidel Mundo po, she is known as inventor of incubator and a pediatrician. She is born on November 27, 1911 sa Intramuros, Manila po. At siya daw po yung first woman to admit as a student at the Harvard Medical School in 1963. At ito po yung story kung bakit naging pediatrician po siya. Actually po, meron po siyang 8 na siblings, and sadly po, 3 of them died in infancy, while an older sister died from appendicitis at age of 11. The death of her older sister, who had made known her desire to become a doctor for the poor, inspired Del Mundo to choose the career of medicine. So yun po pala yung dahilan kung bakit pinili niya rin po yung maging pediatrician.
So ayan ang galing ni Dr. ang galing ni Dr. Fidel Mondo At okay, dagdagan pa natin Miss Roselle, ano pa ba ang alam mo kay Fidel Mondo sa yung unang naka-invento ng incubator? So guys, at naalam lang ng ating mga kadiwa kung ano talaga ang inventor. Go ahead, Miss Roselle.
Yes, when we speak of amazing Filipino women in the history, Direk Dwin, we can't really miss Dr. Fidel Mundo kasi nga siya yung first woman na admitted to Harvard Medical School, although she is most known also for his groundbreaking achievement noong 1936 nung nag-pioneered siya sa many things talaga siyang nag-pioneered no diyan sa pediatrics or medicine, but also in the society. So there are 5 things that we will should not forget about renowned scientist Dr. Fidel Mundo. So, yung tinatawag na i-mention mo po kanina na she invented this incubator made of bamboo. So, in order to help the families in the rural communities na wala pong electricity, so that urged Dr. Del Mundo to invent this bamboo incubator last 1931. So, according po do ng mga biographical report na si Dr. Del Mundo pala, isang gumawa siya ng makeshift incubator na nag-compose ng 2 native laundry baskets made of bamboo or kawayan sa Bisaya. So they're made of different sizes, these baskets. So he placed one side in the other. So she should put the hot water bottles all around and between the baskets to regulate po the body temperature of the babies. Kaya nga yung incubator, binabasa kanina ni Kim, she informed us kung ano yung incubator. This is to regulate the body temperature of the baby. So yung surrounded ng basket, nilalagyan niya yun yung mga water bottles. So, and on top of that, he put a hood over on it and attached oxygen for the baby. So aside from she invented the incubator made of bamboo, she was a woman of many firsts, guys. Okay, mga kadiwa. So, like with we've mentioned earlier, her groundbreaking Harvard University School entrance of medicine admission was one of her many achievements. So, si Dr. Fe Del Mundo was also the first Filipina to head a government general hospital noong 1945. And she was the first Filipina to be certified by the American Board of Pediatrics as board diplomate noong 1947. And the same time, founder and first president po si Dr. Fe Del Mundo sa Philippine Medical Women's Association between 1949 and 1954. And of course, naging first female president of the Philippine Pediatric Society po siya noong 1952 and 1955. And as what we've mentioned, she was the woman of many firsts. First Filipina po siya, o first Asian elected president ng Medical Women's International Association. So that was between 1962 naman to 1966. And again, first female president of the Philippine Medical Association, 1969 to 1970. Okay guys, ang dami niyang nagawa, no? At the same time, Direk Dwin and Direk Erwena and Kim, no? She was the editor-in-chief po ng textbook na tinatawag nating textbook for pediatrics and child health. So she has many things that we couldn't really forget. That's just a remarkable things that she has done for our country and to our co-Filipino countrymen who has a problem that time in having a connection for the electricity, especially for these newborn babies.
Yeah, Miss Roselle, in addition to that, she garnered the award and recognition. No, that was in 1980. Del Mundo was declared as a national scientist of the Philippines, the first ever Filipino woman to be named as a national scientist of the Philippines. So kauna-unahan siya. So among of the international honors bestowed on Del Mundo, he was also the Elizabeth Blackwell Award for outstanding service to mankind, handed in 1966 by Hubbard and William Smith Colleges, and the citation as outstanding pediatrician and humanitarian by the International Pediatric Association in 1977. So also in 1977, Del Mundo was awarded the Ramon Magsaysay Award for public service. So ang dami, you know? She was also an honorary member of the American Pediatric Society and consultant of the World Health Organization. In 2008, she received the Blessed Teresa of Calcutta Award of the EY Foundation. And April 22, 2010, President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo awarded Del Mundo the Order of Lacandula, the rank of Bayani at the Malacanang Palace. Posthumously, she was conferred the Grand Collar of the Order of the Golden Heart Award by President Benigno Aquino in 2011, and on November 27, 2008, as a Google Doodle was displayed to celebrate Del Mondo's 107th birthday. So yan po si Del Mondo, kamangha-mangha at talagang gulat itong ating inventor na Pilipina, no? Talagang napaka-super. Walang makakaano to, even siguro sa labas, sa US, walang makakapantay kay Del Mundo sa dami ng award nito, at gilalas ang kanyang mga award, at kanyang nagsimula lang niya sa kanyang puso na gusto makatulong sa ating mga kababayan, at siya po ay umimbento ng bamboo incubator. Diyan po yan nagsimula, at karamihan doon ay mga panibagong invention niya at mga award, at talagang kinilala si Fidel Mundo sa buong sanlibutan. Yan po ang ating proud na pagiging proud natin na Pilipino. Ito po ay isa sa mga inventor. So, Ms. Roselle, dako naman tayo kay Francisco Quisumbing. Sino ba si Francisco Quisumbing? Ito po ay okay, paki-explain muna, Ms. Roselle, kung sino si Francisco Quisumbing. Ms. Roselle.
Ayan. Si Mr. Francisco Quisumbing ay isang botanist po, no? Who claimed the inventor of the quick ink that was used, or even nowadays still used. The Parker Pen Company is still using the quick ink. So let's start first how he's become a botanist. So in the beginning, he studied in the Philippines and in the US as well. So gaining his course in the University of the Philippines School of Agriculture, dyan sa Los Baños in 1981. And then after that, nag-travel siya sa US and nag-gain po siya ng PhD niya doon. Nag-doctorate siya sa plant taxonomy, systematics and morphology, and the University in Chicago in 1923. So, after that po, after the World War II, bumalik siya sa Pilipinas and then able to nag-organize po siya. He was trying to organize the Philippine Ink Corporation, but then due to a lot of intervention sa government natin, kasi nga after the World War II, hindi po niya na-organize ang Philippine Ink Corporation. So guys, part po sa buhay natin si Francisco Quisumbing, especially po sa Parker Pen Company. So the quick ink pala, why the quick ink is derived from the word, the three letters of the Quisumbing, kaya naging quick ink from the Quisumbing, QUI. Ayan po, additional informations yan sa ating lahat. Very remarkable po ang inventions ni Francisco Quisumbing sa ating lahat.
Yes, at talagang napakagaling ating mga inventor na Pinoy. So, yan po si Francisco Quisumbing, yung pinagmulan ng ink. At ngayon ay ito ay nagdi-distribute nito ay Parker, yung Parker ink na yun ang dinidistribute niyo ng Parker ink. So, there are also rumors na si itong invention ni Quisumbing ay talaga ito may magpapatunay nito na yung Parker ay gumawa ng lisensya sa impensyon ni Quisumbing. At pero ito Miss Roselle, Direk Erwena, ay galing ito sa impensyon ng ating mga kapwa Pinoy. Talagang kapwa Pilipino natin ang pinagmulan ng impensyon na ito. Okay guys, dako tayo kay Gregorio Y. Zara. Sino ba si Gregorio Y. Zara? Ito ay sino ba ito? Pilipino, engineer ba ito? Siya ba ay physicist? Or he was an ordinary inventor? Okay, Miss Kim, at sino si Gregorio Y. Zara, Miss Kim? Para ipaliwanag natin sa ating mga kadiwa kung sino si Gregorio Y. Zara. Miss Kim, go ahead.
Yes po, Direk Dwin. Gregorio Y. Zara is a Filipino inventor and a scientist, a famous engineer and a physicist in the Philippines who invented and patented patented the first videophone device or photophone signal separator network in 1955. A native of Lipa City, Batangas in 1926, Gregorio Zara got his bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering from Massachusetts Institute of Technology or MIT and earned his master's degree in aeronautical engineering at the University of Michigan and graduated summa cum laude in 1927. He then moved to France to study physics and again graduated summa cum laude with a doctorate in physics and a tres honorable, the highest honor conferred to graduate students at Sorbonne University in 1930. Gregorio Zara was the first Filipino to receive that honor. Wow, si Gregorio po pala is napakatalino niya. Marami din po siyang achievements na galing po sa school po niya.
Yes,
Kaya po
ganun
pala
katatalino. Yes, ganun katatalino. Ano? Any additional information with regards on Gregorio Zara, Direk Erwena? Meron ka bang karagdagan dito kung sino si Gregorio Y. Zara?
Yes, Direk. Si Gregorio Y. Zara, hindi lang yun ang inimbento niya, napakarami. Isa sa kanyang mga na-invento ay ang he improved methods of producing solar energy, including new designs for a solar water heater. Hindi lang yon, siya rin he discovered physical law of electrical kinetic resistance called the Zara effect. Marami pa yan. He invented also yung propeller cutting machine noong 1952. And he designed a microscope with a collapsible stage. Siya rin ang tumulong mag-design ng robot Marex X10. Invented two-way telephone or video phone. Patented photophone signal separator network.
So marami pa itong Direk Erwena, no? Marami pa itong invention si Zara, no? At ano po ba, Miss Roselle, ang karagdagan mga invento na para malaman ng ating mga kadiwa na nakikinig ngayon sa Paypay at nakantabay sa ating programang Discover and Explore. Ano pa ba yung karagdagan na alam mo kay dito sa invento na kay Gregorio Y. Zara? Go ahead, Miss Roselle.
Yes, let's talk about this time about this contribution. So he traveled extensively through United States, Asia, and Europe to conduct the investigative surveys. So his research works and technical papers hindi lang na-publish sa Pilipinas, kundi po sa Europe as well and the rest of the Asian countries. So in fact, meron po siyang, he has 30 devices all in all na an equipment na napatented po niya under his name. So ano-ano po pa itong mga equipment or devices nito na napatented niya under his name. So number 1 po dito yung Earth Induction Compass. So what is the usage of this is gamit po ito ng mga pilots for direction. So ang pangalawa nito is vapor chamber. Ginagamit ito to use the visualize radioactive elements naman. So yung pangatlo is yung wooden microscope. Ang galing naman nito, no? So yung wooden microscope, solar energy devices na na-mention din ni Kim kanina for areas na not reached by power lines. So a functional robot. So may ano din siya, photophone na base niya, napakauna niyang inimbento, no? So napatented po niya. So, which allowed audiovisual phone conversation. So, itong functional alcohol-fueled plane naman, napatented din niya as per his name. Ito yung wooden aircraft propellers and the corresponding propeller cutting machine. So, si Dr. Zara po, become internationally known for his scientific inventions. Very remarkable kasi nga 30 devices and 30 equipment patented on his name.
Wow, really great, ano?
Yes po.
Talagang napakagaling nito, no?
Oo.
And also, Miss Roselle, he also has written. He also has written numerous papers and textbooks in science and physics, no? With some even written in French. biro mo, no? Sinusulat niya sa French, ano? Yun, napakatalino nito ang taong ito. We're very proud and remarkable Filipino inventor. And while he was busy in government positions, Zara also was an educator. He was an instructor of aeronautics at the Valeriano Aviation School at the American Far Eastern School of Aviation in 1933 and at the Far Eastern University 1937 and 1941. And at Piatti University, he was professor of aeronautics in 1946 also in Piatti, Dean Head of the Aeronautical Engineering Department in 1962, and later Dean of Engineering and Technology and Director of Research. He was elected Executive Vice President of the University from 1946 to 1962 and acting President in 1956. He retired from government service in 1946 and joined the Far Eastern Air Transport Incorporated and eventually became a member of its board of trustees. He was also a member of the board of directors of National Shipyards and Steel Corporations and of the Civil Aeronautics Board. So kagilala itong mga ni Gregorio Zara. So para Ms. Roselle, Direk Erwena, dudugtungan natin itong ating talakayan, kaya pagka pinatutuloy ito natin ngayon, meron na tayong naiiwang 5 minuto. At ituloy-tuloy na lang natin itong dito kay Mr. Gregorio Zara kung ano pa yung mga contribution niya sa Pilipinas. Para matapos natin, itutuloy natin, may part 2 ulit tayo ng mga Pilipino inventor, hahabaan na lang natin dito. At tangan nga lang hindi nakapasok si Giselle Ocobo. Migis tayo sana, Miss Roselle, si Giselle Ocobo dahil yung foregrandfather niya ay isang inventor pero hindi ito nailathal, hindi ito nakalagay dun sa Google, pero of course pagbibigyan natin si Giselle, kikilalanin natin ang kanyang lulo na isang inventor din dito sa Pilipinas. At siguro sa susunod nating episode ay mag-guest tayo kay Giselle at ngayon nga in-expect natin na guest siya ngayon pero hindi nakapasok si Giselle Ocobo. So okay, tapusin na lang natin ito kay Gregorio Zara. Ano pa ba yung mga karagdagan natin na kalaman Direk Erwena tungkol dito kay Gregorio Zara? Ano pa ba yung karagdagan? Pero lang tayong 4 na minuto na natitira. Habang idugtulan natin at tapusin natin kasi may baka mabitin na tayo sa oras, idugtulan natin itong mga impression he improved methods of producing solar energy, including creating new designs for solar water. Siguro na discuss na natin ito kanina, nabanggit nito kanina. Ito na lang banggitin na natin dito yung niya, yung mga ano ba yung mga award ni Gregorio Zara, Miss Roselle. Ano pa ba karagdagan ng mga award na nakamit nitong si Gregorio Zara?
Okay, so 1951 po, makatanggap po siya ng Diploma of Merit by the Business Writers Association of the Philippines. And then a year after that, 1952, nagiging Philippine International Fair po siya, And then 1952, the same year, Meteorous Citations Propeller Maker of the Year. Ayan, yung propeller, gamit po yan sa plane. And then 1953, so synchronized po itong recognition and awards na na-receive niya twice o yearly po, Aeronautical Engineer of the Year by the Civil Aeronautics Administrations. In 1955, nagiging Society of Filipino Inventors po siya. And in 1959, Presidential Diploma of Merit naman and Distinguished Service Medal for Pioneering Works and Achievements in Solar Energy, Aeronautics, and Televisions. And of course, nakatanggap din siya ng Gold Medal and Diploma of Honor and Research in Science in 1966. Very remarkable po ang mga rewards and awards and recognitions na tatanggap ni Dr. Zara. Nakaka-proud po being a Filipino. Ayan.
So, yan ang mga Miss Roselle, yan ang mga Pinoy natin na mga inventor. Talagang kagilagilalas yung mga nila, yung mga lalo na itong nabanggit natin dito, natapos natin dito ng mga Pinoy inventor. Talagang super. hindi ako makapaniwala na may mga Pilipino, may mga Pinoy na inventor na katulad nila. So dudugtungan natin ito sa second episode natin ng mga Filipino inventor. Marami pa sila at magugulat kayo kung sino-sino ito. Abangan nyo lang po mga kadiwa. Dito lang po yan sa HTV. Mapapanood nyo at marami pa po kaming lalabas ng mga Pinoy na inventor na hindi nyo pa nalalaman kung ito pa at sa susunod na edition natin na Miss Roselle, hindi lang sa field ng mga invention na tulad nito, mga stove, mga kundi sa invention din sa mga gamot. Meron tayong sa susunod nating edisyon. Tatalakayin natin yan. So far guys, meron na lang tayong naiiwan na minuto, wala na tayong oras. At nabati ko na lang yung mga hindi na natin mapapagbigyan siguro ito kasi wala tayo sa oras. Dito uli si Marina Coral, si Philip Bellamel, si Pumbati, si Arnold Llagas, si Arlie Concha. So guys, magandang gabi sa inyong lahat at thank you for watching with us and being with us. Maraming salamat po. Lalo na po sa aming mga tagatangkilik at taga-subaybay na mga kadiwa namin. Ito lang po yan sa HTV sa programa ng Discover and Explore Dubai Edition. So, okay, pansamantala po kami magpapaalam muli at sa susunod po, abangan nyo po kami sa Sabado. Abangan nyo po kami at ituloy-tuloy po yung ating discussion dito sa mga Filipino inventor. So guys, magpaalam muna tayo. At sa ngalan po ng HTV at sa programa po ng Discover and Explore Dubai Edition ay kami po ay nagpapaabot ng maraming pasasalamat sa inyo sa mga tagapakinig namin at taga-subaybay sa mga kadiwa namin na lagi hindi nagsasawa sa pagsubaybay dito sa aming programa. So from sa aming mga kasamahan, si Kim Dasa, from Direk Erwena and Miss Roselle Hanopol, kami po ay pansamantala nagpapaalam. Ito po muli, si Direk Dwinward Brandino, dito lang po sa HTV sa programa ng Discover and Explore. Maraming salamat po sa muli at magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Pansamantala po magpapaalam at babay po sa inyong lahat. Hanggang sa susunod, hanggang sa muli, dito lang po sa Discover and Explore.
Bye everyone!